Monday, January 20th. I'm Alisyn Camerota. Here's what's happening at this hour. Final preparation.
The closer the camera is to you, the better it is.
Okay, fine. But I had laser surgery. I could see through people now.
Wow.
Oh, like X-ray specs, like in the back of the comic book?
They just kept burning away, and I'm like,
guys on this Sunday, but it's veered off in a strange direction.
Okay.
But
How much time left?
You guys. Only 4 hours.
Oh, okay, good.
So as we approach the inauguration, the second inaugural event, let's look back at the past 4 years and what the president promised at the beginning of his administration and what he was able to achieve. The Washington Post has broken it down nicely, and there are some things that they basically give a pass or a failing grade, and we'll start with the failing one. The post-partisan president, that did not happen.
You sure?
I'm positive.
And see, that's important because that was the very foundation 5 years ago. So then his left flank, after he didn't do it the first year, well, he'll do it the second year.
Right.
They'll do it the third year.
And that proves harder.
He's going to have a candidate oppose him in the primary because he's running for re-election in the next cycle. And so really what he's doing is he's trying to appeal to the people of Kentucky.
My problem was my point. You said you want to hear the answer.
And you the answer. I got you.
I said rhetorical things not to be answered.
That's deep. Well, we got 3 hours and 50 more minutes of this.
We have more answers. All right, meanwhile, we also have some headlines to tell you about, including, if you are just waking up late last night, 2 suspected U.S. drones.
He is also famous for, and I had the pleasure of meeting him and interviewing him a couple of times down.
Might as well just spend the time in the dugout. All right, 11 minutes after the top of the hour. Disturbing scene. Very quick and to the point.
Horrible.
So this week, how many people stayed up late to watch the Oprah interview?
Sure.
Right? You guys?
I watched it online.
So I watched it, and I was talking. I go, no, Kayla, that's Neil Armstrong. So
that's one small step for a kill me. One giant leap for today's show.
Lessons in your house.
But at least she knows. Right?
Yes. But there's new information this morning, and I think that it does
according to the New York Post today, Manty's cousin actually was involved with her for 6 months.
Also duped on the phone.
Also duped. So anyway, who do you believe? We'll come out with who knows if we'll ever know. Now, we do know this. This is actually a good story. There's a family down in Houston. They go out to a restaurant called Lorenzo's for a supper. And there was a waiter there. And
actually fall out of the basket.
Well, as long as the cat is just escorting it down and not chewing on the clothes.
Right, that's true. We will find out more about this, Steve, I promise. Up next on the Rundown.
When it comes to the plastic, we've got the best and worst credit cards out there. Next.
Joining us. Great to have Steve Ducey and Brian Kilmeade in this morning. You guys got the calendar wrong?
No.
We needed the comp days.
Yeah, it's Inauguration Day, as you know right now, as he starts his second 4 years in office, even before the gun control debate starting to hammer on his approval rating just a little.
The Republicans had a bunch of ideas, but the Democrats shut them out completely. Maybe this time, bipartisan.
That's not the Harry Reid I know.
In the meantime, let's get to some other stories making headlines today. Late last night, 2 suspected U.S. drone strikes killed 8 people.
Okay, not too long ago, out in Mount Carmel, Pennsylvania, we're going to tell you in a little bit about how a girl was talking to another girl while they were waiting for the bus. It involved a Hello Kitty pink gun.
Bubble gun.
You're not going to believe what happened to the kid.
And they were 5 years old. More on that.
They were 5.
More on that coming up. Also, who can forget this moment?
Do you know a teenage girl who might be fascinated with Justin Bieber, writes him fan letters all the time? That's to be expected with 13, 14-year-old girls. But how about this story?
Selena Gomez understands that.
Exactly.
They broke up.
It's sad.
They're back together.
That will be a Fox News flash later on today. But
Brian gives me the segue. Okay, but you're making it sound a little bit communicate with him. So Tom Foreman took him literally.
Every single letter, every one of the 1,460 letters signed off with "call when you can." Now, just an
interesting exercise. You know, jumping jack is an interesting exercise. Going on the treadmill every day. P90X is an interesting exercise.
Most members of the mainstream media don't write directly to the president. Their fan letters are on the air.
Right, that's true.
Correct.
Hey, let's talk about something a little bit less controversial and more predictable. The invisible girlfriend of Notre Dame linebacker Manti Te'o. We have more on this. He sat down for
something like that. Tui Sosopa. By the way, if you're ever going to commit a crime, have a really unpronounceable last name. Because that makes it hard for newscasters to talk about you. But the point is that he duped this beauty queen into a friendship, a long friendship. It wasn't just one communication, one email. They had some sort of issue. What he was trying to do with the beauty queen was set himself up with the beauty queen so that when she actually
over the next 4 years.
From Lene Kukua.
Yeah, might want to use his own name, but we do know he also auditioned for The Voice. He's humiliated now, and Manti Te'o is also humiliated now.
But I think that the evidence that has come out today, the new information today, that there were other people who were duped by this guy, does make it seem as though Manti was not in on the elaborate hoax.
Well,
it makes it seem like he was duped.
But for a smart guy at Notre Dame, it took him 3 years to wise up. That just seems...
Every time he went to Skype, it would be blank and just get the voice.
All of it is strange, but other people were tricked as well today.
My children take pictures of their food 3 times a day and send pictures to their friends. Hey, look at this.
Not strange.
Not at all. So for that supposed girlfriend not to have updated the picture in 3 years, that just stretches.
Right.
All right.
Sally Mac and Cheese again.
Meanwhile, where was
If you're looking to get more money for squeezing a nutter, this is the story you want to build on.
Wow. All right. Another what? That's good.
We're actually going to have a farm kid coming up talking about how it seems, according to surveys, the kids who are raised out in the country are healthier than kids in the city.
Let's see if he's a Nobel laureate as well.
Smart guy for showing up today.
All right, it comes down to the Final Four today. So who's got what it takes to make it to the Super Bowl? Rich Big Daddy Salgado joins us on the Curvy Couch for a football preview next.
Then we better move
Exciting
over.
to have you guys with me today on this exciting and historic day. It is exciting to see the festivities starting in Washington, D.C. for the not really changing.
Did Justice Sotomayor use that Bible, or was it her book that she had Joe Biden put it?
No,
Kidding, it's another book.
No, but I'll tell you what, that
It was beautiful.
Joke.
It was the Biden family Bible.
But it's a huge Bible. We have really condensed the Bible. We haven't made it shorter. We've just get the. Can we see Usher before we're done?
Yes.
Yes.
A request to the control room.
You watch. We'll have Usher play us out in just a moment, all right?
Very good.
In the meantime, as the President of the United States at noon today, around noon, officially...
Oh, that's true, too.
Yes. So that was not a good trend line that we showed you, and obviously the president will be tackling that in the next 4 years.
How about the next 3 months? Because they're not going to raise the fiscal ceiling unless he agrees to get together in 3 months, a budget and a way to reduce the deficit, and a plan that we all agree on.
And apparently the House...
Well, there's new information coming out about it every day, so obviously the legal ramifications will as well. But
one thing is certain, if they do have a trial, she will not take the stand. That's my hunch.
The imaginary girlfriend.
The imaginary girlfriend.
I'm not so sure about that. Okay. All right, meanwhile, let's get to your headlines. Tell you what else is happening at this hour.
President Obama gets ready to take the oath of office for his second term. Take a look at the cover in their 2010 cover as well.
So does this religious comparison cross the line?
Father Jonathan Morris, welcome back.
I thought you wanted me to introduce myself.
I wanted to have Father, are you upset by that cover?
All right, of course it does come out when the president is being